A very good morning to all of you and welcome to the session, the Hindu editorial analysis for proficiency in English. As usual, let us start with the snippets. The very first one, election in Japan. Simple, election in Japan. Takaichi set for a big victory, exit polls. You all know elections, usually they come up with exit polls. But here there's nothing to learn as such. As a smart learner, you have to think of all the words that go with elections, like contest, constituency, campaign, canvass, and thumping majority, landslide victory, booth capturing, rigging, all the related words you have to quickly recollect. That will help in the long run. Coming to the next snippet, caste enumeration. Enumerate, an important word. Enumeration means a listing out. Enumerate means a list out. That's an important word you have to learn and remember. Language and culture key for survey, says Professor Devi. Language and culture important. Key in the sense important for survey. Rigging, already have said that. Very good. Coming to the next one, but one important word should catch your attention. Says. Why should you focus on the word says? Says is a reporting verb. Very good, Vishnu, I appreciate that. Reporting verb. If the reporting verb is in present, present perfect or future, the tenses don't change to your corresponding past tense. That you have to recollect. Otherwise, nothing to learn as such. Coming to the next one, talks with US won't stop uranium enrichment, Aragchi. Uranium enrichment. What is the meaning of enrich? Enrich your English, enrich your knowledge means improve. Remember that word. I'm sure all of you know that. Coming to the next one, data point. We have got so many times data singular, datum singular, data plural, but data can also be a collective noun. The center and the margins, an analysis of regional distribution of national majorities in Lok Sabhas. You have to read the article to understand what exactly it is about. As such, nothing to learn based on vocabulary. Coming to the last one, exciting contest. England overcomes the Nepal challenge. England, when it comes to cricket, a very good team. Nepal also perhaps, but beginners. They have entered recently. So they must have challenged England. Based on that, England overcomes the Nepal challenge. Coming to the main headline from today's Hindu paper, India and Malaysia signed pacts to expand ties. Bilateral ties, nail-biting finish. Okay, good. Between the two countries, what do we say? Bilateral ties. Between India and Malaysia, signed pacts means agreements to expand ties, usually political, cultural, business ties. Coming to the other snippets, UK PM's top aide quits over envoys links to abstain. There are 2 or 3 words you have to focus on. First one is aide. Second, quits. Third one, envoy. In this context, aide means what? Helper. One who is next to someone. And quit, to stop trying for something. I usually give the quote, winners never quit, quitters never win. That you should recollect. And envoy. You have to think of words like ambassador, diplomat, all these words. Coming to the next one, police told to find owners of illegal Meghalaya mines. I did one editorial on Saturday related to rat hole mines in Meghalaya. Based on that, police told to find owners of illegal Meghalaya mines. Blind woman tops merit list to become judge. A bit surprising. A blind woman tops the merit list to become judge. Highly appreciable. Coming to the pick, you can see a beautiful pick based on delightful escapade. You should be able to make out it goes with Kashmir. And delightful. Delight means immense pleasure. When you meet someone, a great personality, or you admire a lot, then you say, delighted to meet you. Very happy to meet you. Delightful. Escapade. An act involving daring or adventurous thing. Excited, involving adventure, we use the word escapade. Coming to the news item, scenic spot, something beautiful. And from grammar point of view, you have to recollect. Scenery, that is an abstract noun we cannot use in the plural form. Scenic spot, after the city received a fresh snowfall on Sunday, shikaras glide across Dal Lake in Srinagar with the Zabarwan Mountains forming an impressive backdrop to the winter vista. Vista means view, panorama, panoramic view. Vista, also an important word. Yes, you should recollect words like fog, smog, mist, all these words. Coming to the next one, each minister has his duty, says Goyal on trade deal oil. Has his duty. But better expression would have been, minister can be a man or a woman. Each minister has his or her own responsibility or duty. What is the other word for duty? Responsibility. Onus. Onus is on someone. Means what? Responsibility is on someone. Country will soon be free from Naxalism, says Shah. Simple words, but says, reporting verb is in present tense. Then you should recollect the rule. BJP deletes Himanta video after stinging backlash. Delete means what? Remove. Delete names, delete numbers. And stinging backlash. Stinging in this context means stinging. Sting usually goes with insects, scorpion, honeybee, wasp, all these. And stinging backlash means reaction. Here stinging means harsh, very harsh criticism. We use the word stinging, an important word. That's all from the front page. Let us go to the editorial. Today also we have a lot of words. We have 15 plus words. So many words I cannot present the word profiles. I can present only the meaning, the part of speech and the meaning. Let us see what the words are. The very first one, scrutinize, a simple word. We have got many a time. Part of speech verb, to examine something very carefully and critically. You examine something very carefully, then what is the word? Scrutinize, scrutiny. Yes. Probe has a different connotation. Probe means investigate, and scrutinize means to observe meticulously or carefully. Underscore, part of speech verb, to emphasize or highlight the importance of something. While writing, to highlight something, we underline. But when it comes to article writing, highlight something, we use the word underscore. Litigation, this is a legal term, part of speech noun. The process of taking a legal case to court. Legal proceedings. What is the other word for legal proceedings? Trial. Trial means what? The entire process is called trial. And a person who gets into legal cases or files cases, we can use the word litigant. Litigation. Penalty means imposing fine, in a way punishment. Part of speech noun. A punishment, usually a fine, imposed for breaking a rule or law. Someone breaks a rule or breaks a law, then he or she has to pay the fine, penalty. That is known as penalty. Abrupt, part of speech adjective. Abrupt means sudden. The bus stopped suddenly. Simple English. Better English is what? The bus stopped abruptly. Sudden and unexpected, often without preparation or warning. It also goes with movies. Some movies suddenly they come to an end. Then what do you say? Abrupt ending. Amend goes with constitution. Amendments, I'm sure all of you know. Part of speech verb to make changes or modifications in order to improve or correct something. Either improve or correct something, amendment. Cease, part of speech verb to stop or discontinue an action or process. In a way you can think of to bring to an end. Cease to exist means no longer exists. Prerequisite, I use this quite often. Pre means before. Requisite, a condition you should have in advance. Part of speech noun, something that is required beforehand as a condition for something else, or something you need in advance. For example, to participate in a group discussion, you got to be good at English proficiency. That is a prerequisite. Means you should be good at it in advance. Otherwise, you cannot participate in a group discussion. Coming to the next one, norm. Norm we have got many a time, part of speech noun, a standard, a rule or pattern that is typical or expected in a society. Based on that, we also say societal norms means standard practices. Surveillance, part of speech noun, close observation or monitoring, especially by authorities. You observe something closely, that is known as surveillance. I am sure all of you know this. Embedded means integrated, part of speech adjective or verb, firmly fixed, integrated, or deeply ingrained within something. Something is part of something else, then we use the word embedded. Yes, you should think of that also. Srinu, patrol. Frown upon. Do remember the word frown takes a preposition upon. Imagine you are listening to someone not that interesting or you find it a little irritating or disturbing. You bring your eyebrows close and look at that thing or that person with some sort of not happy, serious look. That is known as frowning. And it takes the preposition upon. Frowned upon, part of speech verb, to disapprove of or regard something as unacceptable. You don't accept something, then yes, area is under surveillance. Very good. Standard expression. Disapprove something, frown. Ubiquitous, an important word they have given in banks and SSC many a time. Part of speech adjective, present or found everywhere, widespread. You should also think of all pervasive, omnipresent. These words also mean the same. Scarcely, part of speech adverb, hardly, almost not, hardly anything, or almost nothing. It has a negative connotation to a very small extent. But exam point of view, scarcely, hardly, barely. What is the word you have to use? When. We have another expression, no sooner. This one takes what? This you have to recollect. Scarcely, hardly, barely also, kavya. Third word is what? Barely. All the three take when. No sooner takes than. That you have to recollect. Remedy. Remedy means solution. Part of speech noun. A solution or means of correcting a problem or injustice. Foster. Part of speech verb. To encourage, promote or help the development of something. And you have to recollect the word or the combination. Foster child. I've given a few times. Foster child means you take someone's child and you try to develop that child. That is known as fostering. Foster child. That's all about editorial vocabulary. We got about 16 words. Let us go to today's editorial. What is it about? It's all about WhatsApp and the way it does business regarding that. In a way important because it goes with digital marketing, digital platform, messaging power. You can't make out on a healthy digital marketplace. It's all about a digital marketplace. We have offline, online, and based on that online digital marketplace. But what is the main idea? The data sharing policies. It's all about the data sharing policies of WhatsApp must be scrutinized thoroughly. When you see must be scrutinized, you have to think of passive voice. We must scrutinize something, active voice. Something must be scrutinized by us, passive voice. No need to use the word thoroughly, but for emphasis, the writer has used. Must has two functions, I've told you guys many a time. One, to express a personal obligation imposed by the writer or the speaker, in this context, writer or editorial. And second, to convey the idea something is compulsory. Must be scrutinized thoroughly. For any editorial, we need a stimulus. What is the need to write this? Now let us see how it starts. The Supreme Court of India last week sharply questioned Meta Platforms LLC and its messaging platform WhatsApp in an appeal rooted in updates it made in 2021 around user data sharing with other Meta services such as Instagram and Facebook. Youngsters, you can relate to this. You all use many of these: Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. Based on that, the Supreme Court of India last week did what? Sharply question. Question someone when you are not convinced with someone's actions. What do? You ask for accountability and then you question that person. Usually questioning someone has a negative connotation. Question Meta Platforms like what? LLC and its messaging platform WhatsApp in an appeal rooted in updates it made in 2021 around related to what? Data sharing, it questioned. With other data sharing with other Meta services such as Instagram and Facebook. Sharing the data was questioned. Sharing with what? With other sister concerns, Instagram and Facebook. The court underscored the power that WhatsApp holds in India's messaging ecosystem. The court has underscored something, highlighted something. What is it? The power of WhatsApp's messaging system. WhatsApp holds in India's messaging ecosystem. What is that? It is practically impossible to reach everyone with a smartphone, coordinate groups, and undertake business communication without being on WhatsApp. Practically impossible means it has become indispensable. You cannot imagine life without WhatsApp, whether it is personal or business. This is required. Court has admitted, highlighted that one. The app's network effect has captured nearly every smartphone in the country. The app's network effect means everyone uses WhatsApp, and that has made an impact that has captured nearly every smartphone in the country. The precise background of the litigation. Now it talks about the litigation, the case, what was the case, when it was filed, appeal, all that. The precise background, precise means exact, accurate. Yes, you should recollect effect. Practical means pragmatic. The precise background of the litigation that reached the court is an appeal against, litigation is related to what? That went to the court, an appeal against. Someone must have filed a case against what? A 213.14 crore penalty issued by the Competition Commission of India, CCI, for abruptly amending its privacy policy, suddenly changing its privacy policy, allowing the firm to share user data. They have made some changes. Based on the changes, they can share the data, user data, with other platforms, allowing the firm to share user data across its sister concerns. Important expression. What are the sister concerns of WhatsApp, Facebook and Instagram? Users were prompted at that time to accept the terms or cease using the service. When it made the changes and it deliberately or openly said it would share the users' data with its sister concerns like Facebook and Instagram, it gave the users an option, not in the real sense, in a way. It said, if you like it, you take it. If you don't like it, leave it. Facebook and Instagram, users were prompted at the time to accept the terms, either accept the terms or cease using the service. Cease means end. Stop using WhatsApp or accept the terms. Not fair in a way. This ultimatum was problematic and understandably drew pushback from civil society, the government and the CCI. Because of this condition, ultimatum, what is it? Accept the terms and conditions. We are going to use this information with other platforms. If you don't like that, leave it. Stop using WhatsApp. And there was backlash, means opposition. This ultimatum was problematic and understandably drew pushback. Here, better word would have been pushback in the sense backlash, negative reaction from one civil society, the government and the CCI. Based on that, it must have imposed this amount as penalty. Nobody argues that WhatsApp must not earn money for a service that has been transformative for communications in India. WhatsApp has changed the entire scenario. Today, if you talk about communication, messaging or sharing videos, multimedia videos, or making a call also, WhatsApp played a crucial role. It has completely changed the present scenario over a period of time. Nobody argues that because it has done so much, no one says it should not make money. Nobody argues that WhatsApp must not earn money for a service that has been transformative for communications in India. Owing to its parent's massive scale of operations, WhatsApp has been able to offer messaging, multimedia sharing, and telephony. All these are very important and it has been offering free of cost. Services that were until 2016 prohibitively priced by telecom operators. In the past, people would pay money for these, but WhatsApp has made everything free. For free. WhatsApp has been able to offer messaging, multimedia sharing, telephony for free with only an internet connection and a phone number as a prerequisite. To use all these, what are these actually? Messaging, multimedia sharing, making calls. You need only a mobile number and you need internet connection. WhatsApp's enthusiastic adoption of end-to-end encryption also furthered a societal expectation for end-to-end encryption. Some sort of privacy is there. Also furthered a societal expectation for secure communications as a norm. Communication should be secure, safe and secure. And that should be a norm, that should be a standard. In a country where telecommunications has always been subjected to excessive executive-led surveillance. If there is no privacy, obviously people don't accept, and based on that it says that is something good. It should be secure communications as a norm, especially in a country where telecommunications has always been subjected to excessive executive-led surveillance. You all know about phone tapping. It in a way talks about that. What is equally true is that WhatsApp is so deeply embedded in Indian society that its transition to an advertising model where it would start making money here deserves highest scrutiny. Now we cannot imagine in our country, we cannot imagine life without WhatsApp. And it wants to make money and wants to use as an advertising platform model, then definitely it has to be subjected or deserves the highest scrutiny. Competition regulators. Now the sentence talks about its competitors. Competition regulators, not competitors, regulators. Competition regulators, including in India, have frowned upon, means did not approve, disapproved, ubiquitous platforms that present users with ultimatums that they can scarcely refuse. It seems the regulators are not happy with these ultimatums. These ultimatums cannot be refused because they have already depended on these. Upon ubiquitous, an important word. What is the meaning of ubiquitous? Present everywhere, omnipresent or all pervasive. That present users with ultimatums that they can scarcely refuse, hardly refuse, because they have become part of the lifestyle. We cannot refuse. So they have given ultimatum. Accept the terms or leave. They know they don't leave because it has become indispensable. There are few alternatives to WhatsApp that work just as well. What are they? Signal, Telegram, even other type from Zoho are serviceable. Then why haven't they become popular? Even these can offer similar services, but they are nowhere in the picture. People use only WhatsApp. It has become extremely popular. Reason for that, but they lack what makes Meta product so valuable. Meta product, that is WhatsApp, is valuable. The guarantee that virtually everyone knows is on it. Whoever knows about WhatsApp is on it, uses WhatsApp. Very simple. It has become so popular. Allowing users to opt out of data sharing is an inappropriate remedy. If you like, use. If you don't like, opt out. Don't use. That is not something fair. Of data sharing is an inappropriate remedy for services at WhatsApp scale. Inappropriate, not acceptable. You can say that also. Because the power of the default option at that scale leaves far too many with no real informed choice in the matter. Large scale people started depending on WhatsApp. Now an ultimatum like this, they will not go back. They will continue with the terms and conditions. The court's thoughts on this matter are correct, but they need to be what? Supported by a digital competition law, a draft of which was released in 2024, but has seen little progress since. It talks about the court's thoughts on this matter are correct, but some sort of support is required, but they need to be supported by a digital competition law. It seems already there is a draft, but no progress, no implementation. A draft of which was released in 2024, but has seen little progress since. Means what? Hasn't seen any progress. How does it end? As India approaches 1 billion internet users, that law is needed to protect and foster a healthy digital marketplace. We need a law to make sure there is a healthy digital marketplace. It ends on that particular note. As India approaches how many internet users? 1 billion. That law is needed. We need that law, President's active voice. That law is needed by us, President's passive voice, to protect and foster a healthy digital marketplace. Main idea is being reiterated. Now let us go to questions based on reading comprehension skill. Try to answer the first one. The litigation that reached the Supreme Court primarily concerns what? It's all about the litigation that reached the Supreme Court, and based on that, Supreme Court responded. So what exactly is it about? WhatsApp's failure to pay taxes, not correct. Its refusal to comply with government surveillance requests, not correct. A penalty imposed for abrupt changes in data sharing policies. Editorial is all about data sharing processes. No, not B. C is the answer. No. Baby has got it right. C is the answer. A penalty imposed for abrupt changes. Do remember the editorial is all about data sharing policies of WhatsApp. And it has done it suddenly, abruptly, and gave the ultimatum to the users. It's all about that. The 213.14 crore penalty imposed by the CCI was mainly due to why? What is the reason why the fine has been imposed, penalty has been imposed? Introducing advertisements without user consent? No. Consent? No. Sharing encrypted messages with meta platforms? Seems okay. Forcing users to accept new data sharing terms or stop using the service? Yes, very good. Now you guys got it. Third option, what is it? It gave the ultimatum, forced in a way to accept new data sharing norms or terms or stop using WhatsApp. C is the answer. The editorial suggests that WhatsApp's free services were transformative because they have changed the whole scenario. Why? What are the reasons behind? Eliminated the need for telecom operators entirely. Replaced government communication systems? No. Made services affordable that were previously expensive. What is the answer here? C is the answer. Earlier people would pay before 2016. It has made everything free. Messaging, multimedia video sharing, telephoning, all have become free. What do you need? A number and internet connection. Which of the following is an implicit concern regarding WhatsApp shift to an advertising-based model? Implicit means what? Indirect, implied. Decline in message delivery speed, not correct. Increase in telecom tariffs, not correct. Potential misuse of user data due to market dominance. There is a potential misuse of user data due to market dominance. It has dominated the market. Based on that, there is a possibility for misuse. C is the answer. Very good. Despite the presence of alternatives like Signal and Telegram, WhatsApp retains dominance mainly due to WhatsApp is a dominating thing. Why? Better encryption seems to be right, but that is not the answer. Government endorsement? No. Superior technical features? No. Universal presence among users? Answer should be D. Universal presence. It has become all pervasive. Which statement best reflects the author's tone toward WhatsApp? You can say toward, you can also say towards. Hostile and accusatory. Hostile, you have to think of words like enmity, antagonistic, hostile, not correct. Uncritical admiration, not correct. Balanced but cautionary. Yes, indifferent, no need to write. So what is the answer here? C is the answer. Coming to questions based on exam topics. First one, error location. Read the sentence and try to spot the error. Today these questions are rather easy, should not be a problem. The workers were prone for. You have to stop here itself. The word prone takes a preposition, not for. What is the correct preposition? To. Prone to. And today you have a topic like prepositional combinations or fixed prepositions. You have to learn and remember. Yes, many of you have got it right. Question number 2, error location based. Illegal rat hole mining continues despite of repeated judicial interventions due to weak enforcement. This is an easy one, we have got many a time. Despite, after despite we should not use the preposition of. That's a common error and they have given many a time in different competitive exams. And in spite of, you should write as 3 separate words, not 2 words. The next question is about a filler. The tribunal ordered the complete of rat hole mining in the region. Complete what? Complete ban, complete prevention, complete something you need. Understand the context. Something has to be stopped. Patronage means supporting. Legacy, something comes down the generations. Patrol, surveillance, observation. Complete cessation of rat hole mining in the region. Cessation means to bring to an end. The committee, the tribunal ordered the complete cessation of rat hole mining in that region, in Meghalaya. So what is the answer? C is the answer. 22, based on pillar. Once illegal coal enters the supply chain, it becomes difficult to find out its origin, trace its origin, guess its origin. Some words you have to think of. Dismantle goes with a structure. Invalidate goes with authenticity, opposite invalidate. Launder goes with money. So what is the answer? Difficult to trace its origin. Yes, very good. Perfect. Which sentence uses launder correctly? Launder means what? Take some illegal source of income and try to change it to legal form through certain channels. That is called laundering. And usually the typical combination, money laundering. The clothes were laundered through the river. This is not correct. Launder, laundry, that goes with clothes, but the sentence is not correct. The official tried to launder illegal coal through legal auctions. Change illegal source of income through some channels into legal. Seems right. The mine owners laundered their workers. Wrong combination. Coal seams were laundered carefully. No, we cannot use laundered carefully. What is the answer here? Obviously, B is the answer. Coming to the next one, identify the sentence where mandatory is used correctly. What is the meaning of the word mandatory? Mandatory means compulsory. This should be easy for you guys. Attendance was made mandatory optional. After mandatory, we don't use the word optional. So GPS tracking was mandatory for all coal carriers. This seems right. The rule was mandatory flexible. After mandatory, we don't use the word flexible. Mandatory means optional by law. No, compulsory by law. So what is the answer? B is the answer. Good. The last one for today. Connector. Illegal mining was banned. It continued due to weak enforcement. Context talks about a contrast. Something was banned. Still it continues. You have to think of a contrasting connector. Here, therefore, is not contrasting. Because talks about reason. Two options are there. Nevertheless, however, although, they all express the contrast. But what is the answer here? Nevertheless. You may ask, sir, why although, why not although? Although comes at the beginning of the sentence. But here the blank is in the middle. Please listen very carefully. This is a very good question. Answer is B. Those students who have opted D, listen carefully. Sometimes students ask me, so what is the difference between although, though? Both express the contrast. Although comes at the beginning of a sentence and it is a formal word. Though can come at the beginning or in the middle and it's an informal word. Here the blank is not at the beginning. Same idea we can also say, although illegal mining was banned, it continued due to weak enforcement. Nothing wrong with that. But based on the question you have to answer. Because at the blank middle of the sentence we cannot use although. What is the answer? Nevertheless. That's all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.